Hey everyone, Times Rhymes here, bringing you another Halo 4 multiplayer video, and ironically, I'm going to be talking about Call of Duty Ghosts today. Now, if you've been living under a rock, and I'm assuming nobody lives under a rock, but if you've been living under a rock, in Call of Duty Ghosts, you can play as a woman now. And the topic of today's video is going to be somewhat controversial because, I don't know, there's just some sort of taboo against this, but please note that I'm not trying to offend anyone. That's not my intent. I just want to spark discussion, if you will, or what have you. But yeah, let's get to it. So, in Call of Duty Ghosts, you can play as a woman. Now, recently, I saw an IGN video, and it's from a couple weeks ago when the Call of Duty Ghosts multiplayer reveal was happening, and they were saying that the guys on the panel, there were 3 guys on the panel, and maybe I haven't seen the video. I'm not watching the video now. I'll put the link in the description. But from my memory, the guys in the video were offended that you can kill a woman now, that you can stab a woman in the face, shoot her, just like you've been doing with men since Call of Duty's multiplayer inception. Yeah. So they're offended now that you can kill women. Why is that? Why is that? I mean, it's so inconsequential to gameplay. In Call of Duty, you're moving at a fast pace, right? You're moving at a fast pace, so... And most people are going to want to be able to succeed at Call of Duty. Sure, there will be some casual players who will take notice of the environment and player models, but most people are going to want to be successful at Call of Duty. So when you're successful, you're not going to be paying attention. You're going to be moving at a fast pace, focusing on your targets, killing everything you can in the game. So a player model, whether it's a woman or a man, is going to be irrelevant. Yet, from my memory, the guys on the panel were offended. Now, Naomi Kyle, popular IGN personality, while I didn't fully agree with her opinion, I agreed with her opinion the most. She said it should be a non-issue. And I agree. I mean, why the big deal? I think society has propensity to want to protect women, you know? I mean, in the military, when you turn 18 in the U.S., you have to sign up for selective service if you're a man. A woman doesn't have to. Is that somewhat protective? Yeah, I guess. And if you are in the military, if you decide to join, women can't be in infantry. They can't fight on the front lines, at least to my understanding. So why is that? Some people say it's due to, in general, women aren't necessarily as strong as men, and that's not sexist, and I'm not trying to be sexist. In general, women aren't as strong as men or physically capable as men. So maybe that's a reason why they can't fight in infantry, but I also view it as somewhat of a protective stance. I mean, look at natural tragedies, or not even natural, but just tragedies like the Titanic. And even though it was just a movie, the Titanic wasn't just a movie, but in the movie you got to see women and children first. I'm sure in the real thing that's what people said. Women and children first. Get on the life rafts and whatever, and women and children first. Seinfeld, I forget what episode it's called, but what's the guy's name? I don't know. I don't watch Seinfeld, but he runs from a fire, pushes the women and children out of the way, and even pushed the male clown out of the way, and everybody got mad. And there was a woman who said, "You pushed the women and children out of the way." So society has a propensity to want to protect women. And I said women and children in those examples, but why is a man's life less valuable? Why aren't they? And Ryan McCaffrey, I know Ryan McCaffrey's name because I used to read Xbox Magazine all the time when he worked there. I used to read a lot of his articles. But at least Ryan McCaffrey, later in the video, the IGN video, finally got to the point where he admitted that in Splinter Cell, or I believe it was Splinter Cell, he's uncomfortable killing men too. He's uncomfortable killing people in video games. And while I would argue against anyone who's uncomfortable killing people, whether men or women in video games, I would argue against them saying that it's just a video game. You don't have to be uncomfortable. You're not killing a real person. And most of us have the knowledge and are capable of thinking, rational thinking, to know that when killing a real person is a bad thing. So when we kill people in video games, it's just fun, you know what I mean? But at least Ryan McCaffrey got to the point where he said he was uncomfortable killing people, not just women. I believe the guy who was really the most uncomfortable killing women in Call of Duty multiplayer, now in Call of Duty Ghost is his name is Destin Legary, I believe, and I'm like, I was just baffled by this. As you can hear in my voice right now, I'm pretty baffled by this. And he said, I'm just uncomfortable killing women. Sorry. I don't know how many counting. I don't know when was Call of Duty first online and you were able to kill people. You've been killing men all this time. There's probably been, and I don't know the total statistics out of all the Call of Duties, but you've probably killed billions of men. I don't know. You've probably killed, and I'm not necessarily saying you, but as in totality, all the people who have ever played any Call of Duty online up to this point have probably killed billions and billions of men. And yet there was no problem. Yet when a woman gets introduced, that's when you feel uncomfortable. And I'm going to say this. If you're perfectly fine with killing a man in a video game, but killing a woman makes you uncomfortable, there's something wrong with you. I mean, it's a video game. We're not going to kill anyone for real. That's bad. But it just shows that you view women as inferior. You view women as needing protection, and you're the white knight. I hate using that term because it's sort of indicative of other things, but maybe I should say implies other things, and there's a whole other culture here on YouTube that uses white knight as a derogatory term, but it sort of implies that you're the knight in shining armor who's going to protect the woman, and a woman doesn't need to be killed, and even in video well, and I agree, people don't need to be killed in real life. I need to say that again, but it's a video game. It's a video game. We've been killing women in video games all the time. Grand Theft Auto, you can run over hookers or have sex with her and then kill her. What is it? Mortal Kombat. And the thing I liked about Mortal Kombat 2011, Mortal Kombat 9, is that it was the most advanced or most recent Mortal Kombat, so the graphical and visual abilities were the most advanced, and you got to see the fatalities and gory detail, and you could perform it on a man or a woman, and it's equality. I mean, and I didn't get any excess pleasure performing it on a woman, but you could kill women in there gruesomely, and same with men. It's not a big deal. It's just a video game, and I don't know why, but according to these IGN people, and I'm sure there's more people who are offended that you can kill women in Call of Duty multiplayer now. But if you're offended that you can kill women in Call of Duty multiplayer now, and you're not offended and you haven't been offended that you could kill men all this time, there's something wrong with you. Why is it that men's lives are viewed less valuable, you know? I mean, in commercials, usually there's a man who's like a doofus, and then the wife comes home and catches the husband being a doofus, and she has the product that will save their lives, and she is the messiah or what have you. She's going to save the husband from being a doofus. And most of the time in commercials or TV shows, punching a man in the balls is viewed as comedy. And yet, like, just a woman with a black eye, and if it's implied that a man did it, that man is viewed as horrible. It's extra funny if a woman kicks the man in the balls, but if a man hits a woman, even in a TV show, it's not real. They applied makeup to make it look like a bruise. The man character is viewed as horrible. I mean, violence against anyone is horrible if it's not justified, if you're not defending yourself. If someone is just being violent against you, that's horrible. But men are viewed as less valuable, it seems, because nobody got offended about killing men in Call of Duty. Now I do want to say one thing to wrap this up. I forget what exactly it was. Damn it. But it was a good point, too. I mean, I guess I'm just tired of this whole bullshittery, and that's my first cuss in this video. I was trying to stop, but I'm just tired of this whole bullshittery where men are viewed as less and are expendable. Men are viewed as expendable, yet women are viewed as these protective being or needing to be protected. Either we're all equal or we're not, and we can get into further discussions about how equality is never truly possible or what have you, but If you're offended at killing women in Call of Duty Ghosts multiplayer, but you're not offended at killing men, something's wrong with you. And I'm not offended at either. I'll kill a woman in a video game just like I'll kill a man in a video game. Thank you for joining me. See y'all later.